Hey guys, it is She-Devil from She360 Gaming, and I am here to give you my first impressions on Modern Warfare 3's multiplayer. And so I really wanted to get this out this morning, or really early this morning when I got home after playing a couple of games. But I had to work last night, or I'm sorry, not work last night, I had to work this morning. So I really only had a chance to play for like an hour last night. One of my biggest really problems, I guess it's really not that much of a problem because I did adapt, but one of the more annoying things that I saw right off the start was, they brought back the level cap for hardcore, so you had to get to a certain level, or at least somebody has to get to a certain level to be party leader to get you into a hardcore game, and it's now level 19 instead of 14, I think it was in Modern Warfare 2. But that drives me crazy. I'm not a core player whatsoever. I haven't played core since, I don't know, like free-for-all in Modern Warfare. But, it wasn't too bad. I think my first game was the worst I did. I think I went like 4-12 and it was horrible. But definitely picked it up after that. And I didn't want to make any judgments until we hit core. I'm sorry, my phone's going off. I didn't want to make any judgments until we got to hardcore, because I knew that I couldn't honestly, have an opinion on core because I don't play core. What I did notice though is, with core comes a lot of bullets, and I was constantly running out of ammo, and I couldn't pick up anyone's gun. It was driving me crazy. So I don't know if you can't pick up ammo or you can't pick up guns in this game, but I couldn't do it, and it's been driving me nuts. Luckily, we're finally in hardcore, so I don't have that problem, but I did play some Kill Confirmed, which is awesome. It's like Halloween. Every time you play the game, it's like, kill somebody, ooh, piece of candy. Kill somebody, ooh, piece of candy. I was so amused with it, and I definitely like that it's a twist on Team Deathmatch, and I really like it because it kind of gets you out of the corner. You kill somebody, you gotta go for the dog tags, otherwise you're not gonna win. Which I guess, you could leave it to a teammate, but, there's always that chance that your teammate's either gonna die, or they're just gonna leave it too because they just want to go in and get the kills. Because I know I was running around just picking up little dog tags and whatnot, and I definitely got shot in the butt a couple of times. But one thing I wanted to talk about was the maps. The maps, they're really big, but I feel like they tried to simplify them a little bit. They're mostly what I've seen. I haven't played all of the maps, but from the maps that I have played and what I've seen, they're mostly streets, but there's a lot of clutter, and there's a lot of places that you can go up into and hide. And, that's one thing that I really didn't like about Modern Warfare 2, was that the maps sort of catered to campers. And so, yeah, that was one of my biggest pet peeves with Modern Warfare 2. Another thing I wanted to talk about was, if you played Call of Duty 4 or any of the older Call of Duties, it's a lot simpler, but the Modern Warfare series itself, from COD 4 to Modern Warfare 2, there is a huge difference in gameplay, in game type. The entire experience from Call of Duty 4 to Modern Warfare 2 is completely different, and I was kind of hoping that I would see that in Modern Warfare 3, because I didn't really like Modern Warfare 2, like I said. So I didn't see that here, and I mean, this actually looks like it's supposed to be a sequel to Modern Warfare 2, whereas Modern Warfare 2 did not look like it was supposed to be like that with Call of Duty 4. But, I think one thing that really saved me here was I didn't come into Modern Warfare 3 with high expectations. I actually kind of just let it go up in the air, let it go with whichever way it wanted to. I knew I was going to play it regardless, only because it's Call of Duty. I can't let go of Call of Duty, but so far, I'm actually glad that I didn't have any expectations because it's just done nothing but impressed me. Like I said, there are some downfalls to it, but, in my review for Battlefield 3, it's with every game. But they have some really cool features, like, they've got the regular kill streaks that you can earn. They've got new kill streaks that you can earn, which some of them are pretty cool. Some of them are like, I don't know if anyone would ever use that. But then you can also earn kill streak perks, which is pretty cool. Like, it took me a little bit to wrap my head around that concept. Like, I didn't really understand it at first. But once I did and I started to use it, I was like, oh, this is pretty awesome. Because you can use your perks that you have equipped on your gun, and then if you get a kill streak and whatnot, you can also, like, you earn those extra perks that you have selected for a limited amount of time or until you die. I don't know if it's which one it is, but that's what it is. And I think that's really cool because, you know, a lot of people can spend time like complaining, like, oh man, I wish I could have this on and this on at the same time. Well, now you can, in a sense. Maybe not in the way that you want it, but in a sense like you can. So that definitely took care of that problem. I don't like that you have to wait to 55 to get Dead Silence. I know it's always been like that in Modern Warfare, but I guess, like, I just got used to it in Black Ops being able to buy Ninja right off the start, and now I have to listen to my lead feet for 55 levels, which isn't too bad though, because I did notice that they drop down the sound of your footsteps when you run, so it's not as loud. And I don't know if they actually drop down the sound or if it's just naturally quieter than it was in Black Ops, because I haven't played Modern Warfare 2 since, like, I don't know, Black Ops came out. So I don't know which one it is, but, you know, from what I've seen so far, like, I really enjoyed the game, and I'm really glad that I wasn't like some of my friends who were like, oh, you know, I'm not going to go buy it because Call of Duty sucks. Well, you know, we all have our love-hate moments with Call of Duty, and I tend to really enjoy Call of Duty despite the fact that I'm screaming at the top of my lungs. So, you know, I'm really glad that I went out and bought it. I really had a good time at the release. I got a bunch of free stuff. I got a free t-shirt. I got 3 Call of Duty posters. I got a bumper sticker. I got a Battlefield box that they were throwing out, and so I had that hanging up, so in my next vlog you'll see all of that stuff. You know, I had a really good time. Also, I haven't seen much lag or anything. Like, I have run into a couple of lobbies that have had some serious lag, but I haven't seen too much of it, so I was really, like, happy to see that, especially on opening night. But all in all, like, I really don't have that many complaints about Modern Warfare 3. I think you know what, I think, like, the maps are really my only biggest complaint about it right now. You see that guy by the dumpster? I didn't see him. I looked at him like 4 times, and I did not see him. But I come back around and kill him. But every time I watch this gameplay, I've seen it like 12 times now, and it drives me insane. I'm like, how did I not see him? Then I rainbow shot over his head. Anyways, back to what I was saying is, you know, like, I'm really happy with Modern Warfare 3, especially since I didn't come into it with expectations, and, you know, once I hit hardcore, I was just nothing but pleased. I didn't have to put entire clips into people. You know, I did have a couple times when I'm like, you know, 4 hit markers in hardcore is a little excessive, buddy. I mean, come on, but that's, you know, I'm already completely used to that. But that is my first impression on Modern Warfare 3. I almost forgot what I was talking about. You have a ton of spaces in your theater and all sorts of cool stuff. Check it out, and make sure you like and subscribe and comment, guys. Take it easy.